Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm still through a lot of tests. Important.
Hey, Dan, how are you doing? I'm good. Thanks.
All right, I'm gonna call the meeting to order 5:30 PM. Thank you everyone for coming. I don't think we have any introductions. I'm glad to see we have everyone here. Any public comment? Next, we'll approve the public meeting minutes from our April 21st meeting. Are there any questions or do I have a motion?
Was one motion that was listed twice, once under the business and then on the motions. So there's a section for motions and it's listed there and it's listed again on the new business.
Okay,
The approval for the grant for Master Gardens grant.
okay. Yeah, I think it's just the new way that we're kind of taking the meeting minutes. I just have kind of a separate section for motions. So I think that we probably will see them showing up like that, but we can certainly change it. Any other comments on the minutes? Do I have a second? All in favor? Next up is the donations. This month we have $1,111 in donations to accept. Any notes to go along with that, Lydia?
So for one, we deposited $306, $1 from the donation jar, $5 from notary services, $300 from my friends from Strawberry Bank Pass. For 15, we put $235 in. 15 donation jar, 20 notary services, 200 Susan Gaudiello Historic New England Pass, 429, 570, 35 donation jar, 35 notary services, 500 unspecified from Samuel Southport. Just some guy randomly came in, was visiting local area of the libraries and gave us $500.
Love those kind of guys.
We don't know anything about this person.
His mother was a librarian, I think in Rye at some point.
Okay.
But yeah, so that he was going around giving out 2 $500 checks and we got one.
So do you have his name so we could send him a thank you?
Yes, we did. His name's Samuel Southport.
He's not from there, he's just.
No, he's not from there.
Wow.
That's great.
But we did like 28 notary services this past month. That was.
Wow.
What do you think the upside in that was? Just time of year?
Taxes.
Okay, yeah.
A
Oh.
lot of it. Taxes and settling state stuff. And
Yeah.
that was a heavy month for notary services.
I didn't know you helped do that.
Yeah, we have 2, myself and Amy.
If anyone's asking where you can get stuff notarized, send them over here.
It's by donation. So not all 28 of those paid, but. Yeah, one.
Yeah, excellent.
I'll make a motion to accept the donations.
Excellent.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Right, we'll move on to the treasurer's report. Ezra.
That's bear with me, it's my first time. But all right, treasurer's report. Our First Coast Bank general savings made us 8 cents. The 6-month CD at First Coast Savings made us $49.02. And just a quick note, that is 5 months in. So got 1 month left of that. We'll need to make a decision on what we're going to do with those funds.
So
So
it expire before the next meeting or after?
it expires on, what is it, let's see here,
6:30.
6:30.
Okay, so it's after our next meeting.
So we'll have time to make that decision then. But I'll make sure to come prepared with current interest rates for CDs. It's for Seacoast, so we can have a discussion about that. And then our 12-month CD also at First Seacoast Bank made us $79.24. Between those accounts, total was $128.34. And then also in the general fund checking, there was a debit for $4,225. That was for the staff bonuses. So that's what you're seeing there. But total in our accounts right now, we've got $58,701.50. Questions? Comments? Concerns?
Good job, Isha.
Thank you.
I'll get more polished.
It's great.
All right, and do I have a motion to accept the treasury report as presented?
Make a motion.
Okay. And do I have a second? All in favor? Sorry, what was the interest on that first one? 40 something?
$49.02.
Okay. All right, moving right along. So let's board liaison, Dannon.
I really don't have much to say. Please. But we have a library. Nothing came up about it in select board meeting, so keep up the good work.
Didn't, just like one question. I had heard there was a committee about signs, like that they're putting different signs around town.
There is a committee to do that, yes. And there's a contract now for a company that makes signs.
Mhm.
And we're thinking of welcome to Barrington's signs, our first.
Mhm.
Our first tranche of sign making. Eventually, depending on finances, we'll probably begin to identify specific places, library among those.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Yeah, but I mean, you have good signage out front, so it will be a question of that's what sort of signs we would do. Point people in directions.
I've seen some signs and I don't know if it's made in New Hampshire that just, I think it's blue with an arrow, it says library.
Yeah,
Does the state do that, I guess?
Those town does it.
Yeah, because
in the town.
Okay.
the town hall is the sign that says next right town hall and
Right.
like, or
This
next
is
one,
just like a
signs,
blue,
yeah.
well, arrow with a library.
Well, they had, two, I think, before we moved.
Right.
And then I think it was decided that because the signage was so prominent,
Yeah.
that it would be because of that intersection down there too distractful to them down there.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, many places then.
Yeah,
just past the bank or something.
Doesn't there still a sign toward the old library?
they haven't taken that down yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, I bet. I have to,
Because I went that way and I thought,
maybe took it down.
No.
it might have been a while, but I was thinking it was still
I
up.
think you're right. I think I was taking that, left onto Ramsdale and off of Church, and I think I saw it there.
Okay.
recently.
I'll put,
That probably ought to be.
That would be a little confusing for me.
Definitely.
Vigilante justice, I live right there.
Goes up there on. I find that in your group.
I didn't even, oh, that's a great. It disappeared if it wasn't me.
Don't record that, stop sign. As you go onto the highway here, that's on the really good shape.
It's the state.
Which one?
The stop sign, as you pull out of the library.
if it's 125, it's a state.
Yeah, but those are all of the 125, 9, 202 are all state. Very,
It'd be good to have one like past the bank. Because by the time you see, most people are gonna be going on the road 45, 50 miles an hour. By the time they see the sign library, they're already past it. And a lot of people don't turn around and come back, but if they see one, oh, I gotta slow down because there's a library coming up. That's just an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
that's-
gonna-
that's-
It's gonna depend a little bit on dollars. I mean,
That sounds rich.
yeah, first priority.
I'd rather get a turning lane there because I feel like a sitting duck. Since I'm always looking at that, because there are people texting, talking on the phone. Just this afternoon, someone, just as they were getting right up on me, I was like, and the problem is that they'll push you into that other lane if they hit you coming that fast.
Just don't turn your wheels.
I didn't.
That's-
I
I think I've read
straight.
that.
But, and I keep my eye on, if I feel like they're not gonna stop, I'll just gun it and keep going straight.
But there is a kind of a lane you can pull over.
No, not like turning into the bank.
Yeah, no,
Right,
there is,
right.
not to take a
It's-
left.
No.
No. Oh, take a right, to take a right, yeah. You can pull into like a.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's what
That would
We
be
tried to get a turn lane at Scruton Pond Road. Really scary.
There we go.
And, they're waiting for an accident.
Well, they'll get one.
That's what we said down at town hall.
Enough accidents, then you get enough, then you get signs.
So we said,
it's the same person every time, it's keep getting an accident. I feel like it's my
I think we really need the fatality that's supposed to.
so I would like to, are we done with that topic? I would like to thank the select board for the bouquet that they made for the Books and Blue. And somebody has asked me who made the bouquet.
And that's, mostly health secret.
I know, because Joyce couldn't even find out. Yeah, and the selected book was very appropriate.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
Was it Tracy?
Oh, no, I don't think it was Tracy. I think it might have been.
Alex?
She dropped it on.
Yeah.
She did.
I frankly, I don't.
So you'll find out at the next meeting.
What would you look?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I can't help it.
I know.
Like I said, it's
Classified.
classified, and you don't have, I need to know. You don't have advance for that.
No, we appreciate that the select board always takes part. It's wonderful.
Top secret code word.
Yeah, and it's just so appropriate.
It's very cute.
All right, I think we'll move on to director's report, Lydia.
Okay. So Jen is officially started and is doing a great job. She isn't she?
Consumer part.
Yeah, and she's very friendly and very, customer service, so always been loving it. So the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about today was, I don't know how we didn't see this, but 4th of July is falling on a Saturday. The town is observing the holiday on Friday. So it kind of is running on the same model as Memorial Day and Labor Day. As far as holiday pay. So it'll get a little sticky if we open on Friday.
So
I mean, open on Friday. and
town's usually off on Friday anyway, so that's a normal day off, so they considering that a holiday instead of a normal day off, I guess.
I don't know what the reasoning is behind it. I know that most of the other departments do work Fridays, just the town hall doesn't. So I don't know how it's all working on their end, but I just know that it was gonna be kind of wonky if we didn't close Friday and Saturday and observe the holidays the same day they.
Right, and I'm suspecting that we probably have very few people coming in the door that Friday.
No.
So we don't think.
But the nation celebrates it on the following Monday, correct? Oh, 4th of July, I was thinking Memorial Day, never mind.
4th of July.
Yeah, 4th of July, okay.
Yeah, I think that different,
Right.
they choose whichever day they want to,
Yeah.
take, whether it be Friday or Monday, but Barrington is observing it on Friday, the 3rd.
Did they have 4th of July in England?
Yes, they do on the 5th of July, the 6th of July.
Good answer.
Okay, so will be closed on Friday the 3rd and
Friday and Saturday the fourth,
and reopen to regular hours Monday. Okay. Need to make a vote, take a vote for that.
Just like this week.
yes.
Yeah, I think we should. Okay. So do I have a motion, to close the library on Friday the 3rd when, we'll stay closed Saturday the 4th, returning to normal business hours on the 5th?
I'll make
The
that
sixth.
motion.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'll second.
Okay.
And other than that, everything's been going great. Still waiting for the roofing team to come back and finish. It's definitely warmer now.
Yeah.
Today it was 95 out in the parking lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably got some.
Solar doing better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the current light bill was down to $400 and something.
About that.
We love. And the only other thing was the two, policies. And I explained in my email, I didn't change any of the content. I just separated the policy from the procedure. So this would need to be approved by the board.
Seems very comprehensive,
Yes.
both of them.
Yeah, well, like I said, I just took what was there and separated it out. So it was easier to follow.
I did have a question about, just because I was thinking about our landscape committee. Because we're kind of a volunteer group, but we don't follow, we don't seem to be, is that because we approved the project? That we don't have to kind of follow these guidelines?
This is mostly for like, in-house volunteers.
Right.
And to tell you the truth, I haven't memorized this. So as long as we're doing everything that keeps us okay under Primex and all that, we're good.
Right, because we do always, we have a form that we fill out, anybody who works on, that's what Connor had given me.
Yes,
So everybody always, well, what we've been doing is just like the initial, the same form.
yes.
So we
So
do
I
that.
did have a question. If we're working on the landscaping and I fell and broke my leg, insurance cover that or
Well, you're signing a form that says,
on your form?
the
Yeah.
form that you signed.
You signed it.
I signed it, you might.
You're on your own.
Yeah. You should know it.
Not her form. No.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, she should go sign it. Sign it. Liabilities. It's a sign. No, they won't.
You could just sign up here to volunteer, so just.
She was too busy reading the, terms of service with Microsoft.
All right, so for the patron privacy policy updates, do I have a motion to accept the changes as written?
I'll make a motion to.
Do I have a second?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
And for the volunteer policy, do I have a motion to accept the changes as written?
Make a motion for that one.
Okay, and a second.
But
All in favor?
Aye.
Moving along to old business, I have first on the list fencing along Route 125. I think, so Richard and Robert, you
Yep.
guys were the two working on.
I have some poles and some pictures. There's actually a fence called America. We didn't get that. We could get that. Anyway. One of them was from the 125 fence company who did this. They came in at 13, 133. It would be additional, almost $1,200 if you wanted to put the 8 in, as you discussed earlier. You don't really need the 8 because it's not like people going to be going in and out just for the 4 or 5 times a year. So it seems like a lot of money to take up for that. Another, this guy, I'm glad he's the highest because we can recommend him anyway. We set a date And Wednesday, because I was up in Manchester on Tuesday, he called me, said, I'm here. I said, no, it's tomorrow. And he wanted to verify the address and then move that over there, veterinary permit. And he just did a hands written, there's no typed up, there's no breakdown or whatever, and even the highest. Then we had, strong fence, out of Epping. I think the lowest, he also said that, on this fence that's here, you have the post and you have the slats or the section that come in. Well, on the top post, they come in, but they're not connected. He says that when he does it, he puts a clamp on that so they don't all the time pop out or get loose. He said he put the clamps in for these that went down. So he's doing a little bit extra. Rich and I talked about the other, there's two options. We can just have them dug in like we did here on this fence, or we can have them put cement. The advantage of putting in cement is it's more solid. If you get exceptionally strong winds or people bang up against it, it's not going to fall over as easily. The disadvantage is if you have a broken piece of fence, it's much harder to get that post up to replace it. And I'm going to recommend no cement. The reason is I don't think unless we have a hurricane, which is probably going to melt everything down anyway, we're not going to really have that many strong winds back here with the trees the way they are. We're not going to have cars and people bumping into them because it's mostly controlled activities with children back there anyway. So I just recommend post, and they're pretty solid over there. And you put those clamps on it, that's going to keep it even more solid. The color, they both have something, that color there is called Adobe. And they all have Adobe, and they brought samples and they put it up, and maybe if you stand where the two fences are going to connect over here, you might be able to see a slight shade difference, but if you get a few feet away, it's not going to make a difference. They're going to look pretty much the same color. So, and they all said that from the time of order, it would probably take about 2 weeks to get all the materials in. Either they're going to back them or order them. And it shouldn't take more than a couple of days. And what we're planning on doing is extending it from where the solar panels are. It goes a little bit past it. We're going to go out at an angle back there so that kids and people can't get around that side. And all the way straight back. And then up here, and then get to that big tree. I'm going to come out and do a little dog leg and then straight to the building. And we measure that. And they all, and I can understand why, the requirement is 50% down before when we order, plus the order in, and the other 50% when they're completed. And it makes sense because they thought of all the material. So that's where we're at. The lowest bid came in 11,952. It is pretty reasonable, I think, compared to everybody else.
Yes, I should run for 16, 7. And
Was that the one you were doing? Yeah, that was the one that was Summersworth. That's, what was the one you recommended?
Central ones.
That was the one. Right?
he gave me a really bit of time trying to get in specs. I don't know, which, was a red flag to me. Those were in the office, they should have. And we want the same qualities as back here. And I'm sure there are manufacturers that make thinner wall, vinyl and so on. So.
Yeah, they said that they could match the same thing.
Yeah.
The same quality.
You said something about getting into mow.
Well, we talked about first because when they mow, the town mows the lawn back here. We talked earlier when they get over there. If we open the gate right there, then they can go up that way and mow that part over there. But that's 5 times a year. So I spend $1,200 when they're gonna have to go around to the front to mow the front anyway, so they can just come around that way.
They'll still be able to get inside the fence.
Well, this is all about getting back. This whole thing is gonna be all over back there.
Oh, it's not to go around. Oh, okay. It might make sense. It's not enclosing, it's just,
The
okay.
fence is just protect. It's from
I don't want to grumpy more.
You don't want grumpy.
So, yeah.
So what happened with Roger and his idea, like that Home Depot had a
program or Lowe's had a program.
They had a shortage.
Oh, they didn't? So did you talk to Roger?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Somebody who's a second or,
To the person who takes care of that at the.
so no one spoke to Roger about it? Has he somehow had a grant, with some kind of grant opportunity or something to get?
No,
Yeah.
no, I didn't, no, I didn't.
We used 125
But you went,
for ours.
but you went to the depot, talked to people there, so if they have.
It was low.
It was low.
Slow.
Lowe's, that's right. He gave me a name and I followed up with that name and that's where I found out that Lowe's did not.
Did not do
Did
that.
not.
Yeah, I mean, we can follow up.
So this fencing is from 120.
No. They were higher.
No, I'm saying the fencing is
It is 125.
Yeah, that's who we used to.
Right.
But maybe we don't know, but we're pleased with them.
Right, well, we're pleased with it, they're just, they
They're
came
more
out,
expensive.
they're more expensive. I thought that, as I had to pause it, just the way, you know, remember.
Did you have an idea of how to pay for it?
Yeah, I know. Oh, I was there.
Thank you. Okay, staying out with the cup, take donations.
There you go.
I thought the possibility of the trustees paying a third, the friends paying a third, and the foundation paying a third. That way, it won't dent anybody's budget for a large amount, but everybody shares a little bit because we're all involved in it. I don't know if you want to do that, we're going to propose that to the friends and
I think
and the foundation.
we can certainly propose it.
And if they say no, we'll just have to pay for it. But, I mean, that's something that the friends and the foundation are there to support the library. This is supporting the library, so just.
Yeah, I could talk to Roger about it. I'm actually gonna be going to their next meeting.
Friends is next week.
Yeah, I think it's their July meeting. So I'll plan to talk with Roger more about it, just so that he can kind of get the group and the consensus from them. Lydia, would you feel comfortable talking with the friends meeting about this and just kind of putting it out there and seeing what's.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to friends meeting also. I think I brought it up as a possibility last time, I think. I'm also working on getting some liability insurance for the Friends organization.
Just throwing it out there, since it's on 125, which is a state road, would the state do anything for safety wise?
I am not sure that they would, because I think we're beyond the setback where we want to put it, right? It's a 16-foot setback.
The town would be happy to pay for a dog tree.
I'll put that right down here.
Since it is a town building, we're protecting, right? Yep.
Town residents.
Actually, it's the little people in the building that are. That's it.
With the children. Yeah, no, nice job.
Thank you for doing all that work.
Yeah, I walked it 3 or 4 times. And
All right, so we'll just, we'll agree that we're going to talk with the other groups and then we'll reconvene on the subject at the next meeting.
And by his treasurer's report, as a treasury report, if they all say no, which I doubt, we have enough money to cover them anyway, but I just think it's fair if everybody pays a little bit. But if that's something we agree on, then we can talk to the friends and we can talk to the foundation, see if it.
Excellent. Okay. All right, we'll move on to the annual review of the non-public minutes. Carolyn, I put your name on this just so I would not forget. So I believe that the next step is that we set a date to review those.
Right, and I'm gonna meet with somebody at the conference. Because some of those non-public minutes go back like 15 years and it's, just, I want to know whether we can vote on them in one batch.
Yeah.
And just do it from that way.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, but I have done a spreadsheet with Susan Frankel's help and they're all in the spreadsheet. We just need to do official votes to open, unseal them.
Okay, excellent. So the meeting, the NHLTA meeting is.
What's next Wednesday?
Yes, Wednesday.
Yeah, so you'll find out from there and then we'll.
Yeah, so the next month we should have some idea what to do.
That's pretty.
And if someone wants to help me with that, that'd be great. We were initially waiting for a secretary because that would have been the person that would do it with me. but since we don't have a secretary,
I'm happy to help you if needed, so.
anybody likes to do spreadsheets and wants to help with that.
Sort of, that's but
It's the first one.
Who do you know that likes to do spreadsheets?
It's the first one I've done in my whole life.
Is this a computer? That's.
Well, I think after that meeting, I'll find out how much work is involved, and then I'll talk to each of you personally. With a smile.
Sounds good. And speaking of the NHLTA conference, I just wanted to remind everyone that it's coming up, and I'm guessing, are you guys planning on carpooling or driving yourselves?
And you
I
said,
think at the last meeting, you said you would drive, right?
Yeah, I'll try, unless you want to go.
Okay.
We'll drive. Okay.
Me and Chester's closer to my house, so.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Yeah.
So who's going again? It's
Well, yeah.
just before,
You chair, I'm not able to.
okay, so just, so can we say?
Yeah.
Okay.
What for?
you can't ride with me because my car has a bad habit of holding the trigger stores without me being able to control it.
That sounds tough.
Yeah.
Okay, they should have guardians then.
All right, excellent. And then I think in the past, we've tried to kind of spread out as far as the different breakout sessions, and then everyone's kind of, just so that we don't have all the same four of you going to the same ones. So I don't know if you want to just discuss among the four of you or five of you, who's going to what, and just kind of make sure that we just are getting information from multiple places. That's.
So we'll just decide what time to meet then.
It starts early, right?
Yeah.
And they put out breakfast.
30 or something like that.
Yeah, because we could meet at the parking lot,
like Caleb's,
like Kayla,
the big garden.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
by the town garden, yeah, the library garden, I mean, the Bloomers garden. And we won't take up spots here at the library.
Did you go to summer?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's much nicer.
Do you know what's that?
8:30.
8:30.
There's registration and breakfast. I don't think it officially starts till 9, but if you want to eat and get up there early, then
Yeah, I remember
Eight.
last year when we got there, remember? We
They
got
get
there and
very
they had already
different.
put breakfast away.
Yeah,
So sad.
and this is pretty early.
Yeah.
So I think you have to leave by 7:30.
Yeah, I think 7:30 sounds good.
Yeah,
at the latest.
yeah.
Yeah, if you want to
I
get,
think I was there by 8 last year.
okay.
And it was already crowded. Because you gotta get through that registration line.
Right, exactly.
I hope they move it back at Concord, it's much easier.
Is that where it is?
No,
No, it's in Manchester.
It's a level 3, downtown Manchester, yeah.
Oh.
Concord's much easier to get to and close.
So we're really coming south to go north. Or rather, east to go west. Maybe we should meet like up by 40. Didn't we take 43 last time?
Well, we can just sit down 125 and go with 101.
Yeah, that's the best way.
Is it
Faster,
All
yeah.
right, no better than.
Yeah, 125, 101.
Carolyn is your resident Manchester, so I feel like she can tell you which way to go.
Yeah, I would take the 3.
That takes longer though.
It's such a much, it's safer because you avoid a lot of nature.
If you want to go that way, you can make
We could go, we could go down and try to come back on 40.
We can talk about what's after.
That's also the Friends meeting, so we have
That
to
night.
get back, yeah.
Yeah,
Getting back to the front.
I think they usually break out about 3. anyway.
Yeah.
That's the time it was last year.
yeah.
Shouldn't take 3 hours to get back.
Oh, but
I should stop it to deliver.
And we put it started. All right, we'll move on to new business. I have garden and landscape committee updates, Lydia.
Yeah, so we have 2 dates coming up, the 24th of May, this Sunday at 1, and then the following Sunday at 1. Start putting in the garden bed. We are hoping for the irrigation to get turned on. I've been waiting for that, but we are I have a lot of the plants already for the sensory garden. And so we very kindly had compost donated. So I talked to Lily and she said there's money in the budget and if you could, purchase and then we'll mention it. The company said no, because I don't do.
Wonderful. Do you mind sharing what this is?
It is, I'm trying to think of the pictures, Abe, the person's name. I could tell you, I can write it down. Yeah, so I'll take care of a note. Yeah, yes, yeah. So we're creating a sensory card now, right out there. And that's
Right, you said the 24th, and then is it the 30th?
And the 30th.
Essentially, the furnace.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Thinking prickly bushes, sensory.
No,
No, there's no prickly
Lots of
bushes.
cactus. Lots of cacti.
I got some beautiful land here. That's nice.
All right, the other thing I have on here, and I briefly mentioned it last time, I do think that we need to start thinking about our strategic plan for 2030. Now that the building project is behind us, we kind of need to start thinking about what our future goals might look like. But I also realize that it's summertime. So I would like to propose that we all take the next couple of months to kind of think about what we would like to see happen between now and 2030 for the library. I don't know, maybe in September we can kind of come together and maybe have more of a discussion session and figuring out next steps on how to achieve some goals. Your thoughts on that?
I've been thinking about it. Yeah, I think it's great because my thought was always like, there's probably like 40-something% of the people who don't use the library. I mean, it's so wonderful that so many people are using it. But how do we draw that?
How do we get to more of those?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, just kind of thinking.
Exactly. And, metrics, we hit recently 5,000 probably.
it's it's good over.
Yeah, so it's, what do we want it to be? And 1 year from now, 2 years from now, et cetera. So, anyway, I'm just throwing that out there as a kind of like a summer thinking about situation.
We have 5,122 active patrons.
And there's 9,779 residents. So that's what I got. Looking at the film, there it's at. And then about that, about 615 to 630 are children under 5. So maybe not them, because.
Well, many of these active patrons are families,
Yeah.
so there's
Right.
more people using the
Yes.
library than.
So
Oh, then
so
so not everyone has their own card.
you can have one card and have 4 people using it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, so they have each higher.
That's how many active cards, not how many people.
Children get their own card at a certain age.
At 5,
And
they can get their own card, but a lot of parents, especially if they have
Yeah.
several children, they just feel it's easier to
Yep,
keep track of it on.
Interesting.
fair.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So then it would even be a higher percentage of.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you can tell by the circulation numbers, which was over 10,230 circulations in 1 month.
Mhm.
But we don't need a library town.
know how to use the.
Anyway,
All right, I'm gonna pop back to you, Lydia, for the Friends report.
So Books and Boom was a great success. We made $1,242.60. And so that was $621.30 divided between the Friends and the Friends of the Library and the Barrington Bloomers because we do it jointly. But a huge thank you to the library staff. That was amazing.
Yeah.
So much support from Wendy and Joe and lots of other people too. For helping out and very enthusiastic. And also a huge thanks to the trustees who did that beautiful arrangement. Came and fun, I know, very creative.
You're welcome.
And the select board. So and other, community members was great success. And people
the
seem to
highway
really,
department was awesome.
I know, the highway department and the transfer station.
Those were so creative.
I know, they were just.
The transportation station was off to the grouch.
And then the highway department had a truck, it was all decorated in flowers. And then they always have the best quotes with them too. Yeah, it was great. It was really, really great.
You're thinking of do next year.
Yeah, I know, and they're so, like, it's so wonderful, so many people participate. The other thing I'm going to say about the Friends is our plant sale coming up. So we're setting up, and it is going to be here on the back lawn. So it's, we're going to set up, June 5th at 10 o'clock. We'll be setting up in the back. And on the Wednesday before that, so the 3rd of June, we're gonna have a little drop off for plants out in the front, like to the side, like where the compost is in that, like that little area. We'll have a little plant drop off, and I'll keep checking to make see how that's going. And then on June 6th, the sale is 8 to 12. And we have great plants. I have like a garden center at my home right now. It is like I've been, like, I was gonna get 3 houses today. 3 houses. The master gardeners had their sale on Sunday, and they gave us their leftovers. We had 2.5 carloads of plants that were left over, and then they made $7,200 at their sale. Yeah, yeah. And so still have that many, because last year I had just maybe like 3/4 of my car was filled with leftover plants, so that we had 2 full carloads in another house. Crazy.
So generous of them. It's like telling me.
I know. And I did, I joined their alum master, so I did join their committee, like maybe so I didn't get. So then I felt like people were very joyful to get me out places, and it's like out all day, and I dug up place my yard and all that.
And they don't have to worry about them anymore, storing them, so just get rid of them.
No, I know they were so generous. I couldn't believe how many that we got from their sale. So, but if anyone wants to help, we always love people help us set up on the Friday at 10. And then on June 6th, we would love help from we start setting up about 7 that morning, but we have everything pretty much set up. But people still drop off, like, so we still getting organized. And then to clean up at the end. So
We
that's
have a Barrington Historical Society meeting, monthly meeting that day, so I'll make the announcement that they can come over afterwards.
yeah, please, that'd be great. Yeah, that would be good too, because what time is your,
It starts at 10, usually gets over about 11:30, so it's gonna be
yeah,
close.
so tell them coming over, yeah. But then sometimes, not always, we go backwards. Doesn't always happen. You never know. That's really makes people up.
Coffee out that 72.
Yes. All right, I'm gonna give the foundation report. I don't have a whole lot to say, but some good news. The Gaming Commission has approved a grant submission by the Revo Casino in North Conway in support of the Library Foundation for the dates of July 10th through the 19th. Yeah, so that'll be another opportunity for us to that charitable program that they do. So that's exciting.
You can get saving, but
Yeah,
Conway's got it.
exactly. I mean, there's so many people now that are submitting to, get this. And so the fact that they got anything, we're just very excited. So, yeah, so that's great news. And I did want to share that Susan ended up resigning from the foundation. She has a lot going on right now. So it will be Roger and crew, and we'll continue doing the good work that we are doing.
I did have a question, and I meant to ask you earlier about this. When I was online, it was hard for me to hear certain people, like, I mean, a lot of people I could hear clearly, but some people I couldn't hear very clearly.
Yeah, we fixed it.
Yeah.
So now it's coming through the speakers. So if somebody were on meeting on Teams, you would be able to speak and hear through the room speakers, not through my computer.
Okay, yeah. But it was, but I couldn't hear Roger, like some people I could hear, like I could hear you clearly, I can hear other people clearly. So I knew he passed out something, and I didn't get a copy, I just was curious with that.
Absolutely. So basically what they're trying to accomplish is they're looking to create a type of endowment so that we're not necessarily relying on, the vote every year for, monies to be, supplied into like our technology capital reserve and whatever. So they're looking to create some type of very sustainable situation. There's like a certain amount of money that is like, whether it's monthly, yearly, whatever. And so the base amount of money, it stays in there and then the interest is what we would be. But it's still, it's very, there's a lot of back and forth in chat about it, and it's, you know, there's a lot of opinions about it. So I think, it's certainly not anything that's set in stone. It's just kind of an idea that they're chewing on right now. But certainly I'll have more to share. I am planning on going to their meeting. I said, I think it's the July meeting that I told them to go to. And then I need to, we're going to try and set up a meeting, the head of the Friends, Roger and myself, just so that we can kind of start doing quarterly meetings, just the three groups, you know, for the three leaders of the group to make sure that we're all on the same page. But that's all I have to report. Do we need to go into non-public? No. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to add?
Yeah, two things. One, it may not be able to be done, but they sent out from HTA, why they associated, I talked about the different awards, and one was trustee of the year. I was thinking of Susan, but
Yes.
all the work she's done, but technically, can we submit her because she's not really a trustee now, but she was.
So I've actually been working on that. So we are going to be recommending Susan
good.
for this. I think it's the exact name of it, but there's one that is for basically exceptional library service and volunteerism. So Susan Frankel is helping me with it. Lydia has helped me with it. And
She's been instrumental in all three organizations.
Exactly.
Friends and foundations.
Exactly. And she actually, for that award, I think. Oh, anyway, so I think for probably the next meeting, I'll bring you the draft of what I've written up so far. And like I said, I've just been kind of picking away at it over time. I could use some help, and it's due to be submitted by July 10th. So I'd like to nominate her. I also, I think, want to nominate the Cafasos, their friends, because they were really, really helpful. And I wanted to hone in on everything that they did.
They've done a lot over the years too.
Yes.
They just want about.
So many examples. So I've chatted a little bit with Lydia, with Wendy, trying to maybe have the staff giving some like better quotes about notable things that they've done over time.
Did some fixing on one of the corner shelves over here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah,
They're
They're here,
Pretty much
sounds like all the time, just being willing to do anything that's asked of them. I think that
Maybe
is.
some of the stuff that's, you know.
Yeah, they were putting up the sign for the fence sounds.
Exactly, so.
John also helped with the mailbox,
Fixing the.
Yes, yeah.
shredding it out. And we're gonna paint it very soon, as soon as we do.
Red, so it stands on it.
No, the same as the building,
Okay.
like a light
Okay.
color. But that's closer to white and snow is what.
Right.
Did you buy the paint yet?
Put a little.
Yeah, but I could exchange it.
Maybe we should do a green. Maybe we should pick up the green off the trim.
All right, that's a good idea.
Maybe some reflection on there too, some.
I think we'll put reflection tape on the.
And
Yes, exactly.
put a cement block in front of it, so it's one of those Jersey divider things. One other thing, I think we talked earlier about having all three organizations help out. My concern is by the time everybody gets around to deciding they want to do that, summer's going to be after 3/4 over, that's when most of the activities are going to be going on. So I'm wondering if we should just go ahead and order the fence now, pay the 50% down, and then go to those other two organizations and ask them to split it with us. And if they do, great, they can reimburse us. If they don't, then pay the fence anyway.
May, our friends meeting's next week.
Right, but she.
Yeah, and I'll
July.
email Roger tomorrow.
Oh, okay, you're not gonna wait for the meeting in July then?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I'll get
Okay.
email tomorrow.
If any one of the three, or 30, back down or are reluctant, we might want to go with a quarter. As a.
Quarter half.
No, in other words, split it up 4 ways.
Who's the
rather than
fourth?
3. Well,
Who's the fourth organization?
oh, us.
We're already, that's the third. The trustees, the friends and foundation, yeah, it's all three. And if they don't want to participate, they can't use it.
You could be a half and be a quarter.
Right.
Yeah, we on this side of the table.
Right.
I feel.
I'd like to get it by the first, second week of June at the latest. I'd like to get it ordered because like I said, it's gonna take 2 weeks
Okay.
and a couple of days. And
Would I say it's about 4,000, would I say would be their portion about that?
So going off of
If we're going on the lowest bid.
12,000.
Well, I'm gonna be there anyway, so I've got the numbers, but it's gonna be, let's say 12,000. So
For this.
for each, and maybe a little bit more in case.
Yeah, no, I'll just put it on the agenda.
Yeah.
So wouldn't we need to approve your lowest bid by vote? And then wouldn't we need to say if those people agree that we're gonna go ahead and do the things?
Well, that's what I was wondering, if we want to go ahead and proceed now and then just have them come in.
I'd wait for the meeting. That's a good idea.
Or wait for their meeting and then
Yeah.
once we get an official answer from them, then we can vote, or do we want to do it then also?
I guess we should.
Why is it we want?
I make a motion that we go ahead and proceed and approve this, order here, quote, and then we can talk to the other two organizations and see if they want us to pursue it or not. At least we made the motion.
Okay.
And going ahead with it.
Another thing, I think when we assign the bidder, we should also put a perform by date. Because it would encourage them to not push us off. I mean, we could be liberal about it, but we should have an outside date.
Well, that's why I want to get going so that we can.
This is season.
Yeah. So, I mean, if it takes 2 weeks and maybe a little bit more, and then a couple of days to get it done, and weekends, if we order by the first of the month, then they should be finished by the end of the month, I would think. Yeah.
This is good.
And so based on $12,000, then we're coming up with 6,000 as a down payment that would need to be coming out of trustee funds initially. So we might need to hold off because I'm not sure that we have enough liquid funds to be able to cover that. So we might need to wait until we have the next CD coming due.
No,
Exactly.
that's gonna be the end of June.
Yeah, because right now, we have 7280 in the checking, and that would, $6,000, that's just way too low.
So that's our funds.
Right, but if we wait until the 30th of June, we have $20,000 coming due, that would be great timing. So I definitely get that we want to try and move on soon, we just do not have the money to be able to do it.
We can
right.
vote on maybe selecting this particular bid
Mhm.
and then wait for the answer from the other two organizations, which we should have by the end of June. And if they both say yes,
I would say we could notify friends next week and they'll either say yes or no,
Exactly.
and they'll vote on it. So it'd be,
and
and
then,
then we would have to check with them.
and I can coordinate with them. Yeah, if they each want to give us $3,000 each. It's just still 4,000 each, there's 6,000 right there. Or even if we split it half and they do each a quarter, that's still 6,000 each of three initiatives.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just thinking like worst case scenario, they're like, no, we don't want to, and then.
Right, no, 100%.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that. All that stuff, now we're gonna ask her to go to the agenda.
Okay, all right, so I think I need a motion that we're going to approve the bid from,
I just made that motion.
okay, do I have a second?
Fence LLC.
Fence.
Strong Fence LLC. LLC, out of FA, which is
Right, so do I have a second to Robert's motion?
I'll second that.
All in favor? Right. Well, with that, I'm going to say that our meeting is adjourned. Our next meeting is June 16th at 5:30. I unfortunately will not be able to be here because it's my son's 8th grade graduation. But Lydia has offered to, help. Run the meeting. Okay. Well, thank you guys very much.